welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ann and this is All the Budgeting. On this channel, I do paycheck cash stuffings, side hustle cash stuffings, cash condensings, and then I always close out my budget every month, which includes a net worth calculation. So if that is interesting to you, I do hope that you consider subscribing, liking, commenting, all of those things. All right, so today we are here to close out my July budget. And so I always start with my closeout sheets, and this is where I have what I started the month with in each of my envelopes, and we're gonna go through them all and count and see what we're ending with and what the difference is. Okay, so starting in priority 1. So emergency started with $550, and it currently has $550, $650. So that went up 100. Health started the month empty and it is ending with 50. So that went up 50. Extra week started with 100 and is ending with 200. So that went up 100. Extra debt, okay, extra debt is down here. Started with 735, ending with 1, 2, 3, 4, 450, 470, 490. I did have to dip into this, unfortunately. So 735 minus 490, so that went down to 45. Had some unexpected things coming up, dental work, all this stuff. So got to dip into the envelopes that I have the money in. If I don't have it in the envelope that is, you know, what it's intended for. That's life, right? Okay, home maintenance started with 335, ending with 1, 2, 250, 270, 275. So that went down 60. Home improvement started with 135, ended with 150, 75. So that went up 40. Car maintenance started with 200, ended with 1, 2, 20, 40. Pet care started with 65, ending with 5. I do have to get my cat some food. So that went down 60. So I have an order from Chewy that should be coming soon. And then electronics started with 205, ended with 45. So that's down 160, right? Yep, down 160. Okay, moving on to priority 2. So these first few envelopes don't get included here. So subscriptions started with 1,060, ending with 50, plus 40, plus 180, plus 650, plus 175, plus 40. Okay, so that ended with 1135, which was an increase of 75. Vacation started with 160, ending with 150, 70, 85. Christmas started with 200, ending with 1, 2, 25. Sorry if you can hear like background noises. I have my windows open because it is unseasonably mild here. Has been for the last couple of days, which is amazing. I love, in the middle of summer, being able to turn off the air conditioning and open the windows. But the downside is you might hear some traffic and things like that. Okay, holiday dinner started with $2.55, ending with $1, $2, $50, $70, $80. So that went up 25. And then gifts started with 35, ending with 20, 40, 50, 55, 60. And so that went up 25. It is my mom's birthday later in August. She is turning 90, which is amazing. And so we have a bunch of things planned. And so I will be obviously needing to get her gift. I need a little bit more money in that fund to do that. All right. Entertainment started empty and ended with 15. So obviously went up 15. Clothes started empty, also ending with 15. Beauty started empty, also ending with 15. Miscellaneous started empty, also ending with 15. Planner stuff started with 20, ending with 20, 35. So up 15. Crafting started with 70, ending with 50, 70, 85. And then 1 month ahead started with 50, or started with 70s, ending with 50, 70, 85. All right. And lastly, my business binder. So taxes started with 840, ending with 50 or 5, 6, 7, 720, 740. I did dip into that. So that went down 100. Subscriptions. I don't think this changed, but let's count anyway. So subscriptions started with 2,573, ending with 90 plus 40 plus 70 plus 150 plus 300 plus 300 plus 200 plus 90 plus 120 plus 90 plus 49 plus 800 plus 80. So yeah, no change there. Oh, no, it did go down. So I must have had to pay. Yes, I did. Okay, yeah. So that went down to 2379. So minus 2379. So that went down 194. Solo ads started with 75, ending with 50, 75. So yeah, the rest of these didn't change at all because I didn't add to them. So don't even need to count them. Okay. So I started the month with a total of 7,773 in my envelopes. And so I'm going to speed this part of the video up and I'm going to count my ending balances and see what we're left with. So I will be right back. Okay, so I'm ending the month with a total of 7,564, which is a decrease of 209. All right, so now I'm going to circle this amount and copy it. And then we're going to come over to this page, my net worth calculation. I'm going to paste this in. Okay, so last month my net worth was $279,261, and I've pre-filled in a lot of these amounts here. So starting with my assets, as we just saw, I have a total of 7,564 in my envelopes. My estimated house value based on Zillow.com is $267,800. My estimated trade-in value of my car based on Kelley Blue Book is $18,929. And then I have a balance in my 401k of $135,280. And so let's add up these assets. So 7,564 plus 267,800 plus 18,929 plus 135,280. So my total assets comes to $429,573. Now let's take a look at my liabilities. So my current balance owed on my Chapter 13 bankruptcy is $12,075. I owe on just the principal on my mortgage $112,426. I owe $15,011 on some 401k loans, and I owe $2,989 to my medical provider, the network. I don't pay any interest on that, so I do pay every month, and it will be one of the debts that I pay off after I've paid off my bankruptcy and my 401k loans. So all of this, based on my calculations, all of this should be completely gone by this time next year, which is amazing. Okay, so adding up my liabilities. So 12,075 plus 112,426 plus 15,011 plus 2989. So my total liabilities comes to $142,501. So to get my new net worth, I'm gonna subtract my liabilities from my assets. So 429,573 minus 142,501. And so my new net worth is 287,072. And yes, that is an increase. Okay, so to get the amount increase, I'm gonna subtract last month's from this month. So 287,072 minus 279,261. Okay, so that was an increase of 7,811. To get the amount or the percentage change, I'm going to divide the amount change by last month's net worth. So 7811 divided by 279,261. So that was a 3% increase, even though my total envelopes went down. Okay, so this is why I say it every month. This is why I think it's really important that you are calculating your net worth. Even if you don't have a mortgage, even if your liabilities are much higher, right? Just basing it on what you have in your envelopes isn't telling you the full picture, okay? I always like to remind people, when I started with this method of budgeting, I started 2022, yes, it was 2022, with a negative net worth, okay? I was like $1,000 negative. And now I'm mid 2025, so 3.5 years later, and I now have a net worth of $287,000. Yes, I do get paid low six figures, but you can get there too. Like, you can see that increase, or, you know, you can see an improvement, certainly, but not if you're not tracking it. Not if you're not really looking at your numbers and really identifying, okay, oof, I really, you know, hit these envelopes hard. I need to scale back on my spending if you can, right? For me, like I said, I'm having a lot of these unexpected expenses. Fortunately, I have the money. Now, unfortunately, I'm needing to use money that I'm saving for a different purpose to pay for these other things that come up unexpectedly. But I have it, right? So I'm not going into debt for it. It's just, you know, not what I intended that money for. So, yeah, so I just think it's so important that you're doing this. And so I do have these sheets in my Etsy shop, both as a digital planner like you see here, but also as printables. So go check those out. I just really do encourage you to do this net worth calculation whenever you possibly can. At least once a month, or at minimum, do it quarterly, right? If you don't want to do it monthly, do it quarterly, so that you have a good sense of where you are overall, right? Not just the money that's in your envelopes. All right, so that does it for today's video. Next up will be my first paycheck stuffing for the month of August. So I will see you then. Thanks. Hope you're having a great week.